Welcome to Who Are You? This is a reasonably well done sci-fi watchcast hosted by two former strangers, now friends, who are currently watching, well, today we're watching 2001, A Space Odyssey. I'm Xhafer.
And I'm Laura.
And it's been over a month since we've recorded.
Has it really?
So I checked the dates on my last notes because I circled the notes, the date on the top of my notepad. And it's been a month and 2 days since the last time I took notes. And usually I do notes within 24, 48 hours of a podcast.
Yeah.
So reasonably expectation-wise, it's been a little over a month since we last recorded, which is crazy. I mean, we knew it was going to be a gap. That's why we built up the stuff that we did, is so that you could focus on your doctorate finals thing. Your
It's called comprehensive exams.
Yeah, those things. So we knew it was going to be a thing. So we just recorded well into advance. And now this episode airs in 3 days. Sorry, Aaron.
Yeah, I mean, a lot has happened in that month. Like, I took the comprehensive exams. I found out I passed the comprehensive exams.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I went on vacation immediately because of the comprehensive exams.
Yeah.
And yesterday I just bought a car.
Hell yeah. What'd you buy?
Yeah. Well,
If you
so
don't mind.
yeah, I had a 2012 Toyota Prius that I've driven for 14 years.
Oh,
And
same as Beth.
I know. We've talked about it. Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, it was the first car that I got once I graduated with my accounting degree.
Mhm.
And I basically have driven it into the ground. Like, not the ground, like a Prius. The first major problem you're going to have is the battery, right? And I'm pretty sure it's battery time. It's 14 years old and 150,000 miles. Like,
It's battery time.
it's probably battery time. But that started going out on me before finals of the last semester. And I was like, I just can't deal with this. I just can't freaking deal with this right now. I have too many important things going on. And my parents always go out of town in the summer. So my dad was just like, well, you can drive my car while I'm out of town.
Yeah.
So I've been driving Dad's car and getting through my really important stuff. And I was just like, I'm going to think about the car later. And we decided it was time to go electric. And we got a Toyota BZ. So
Cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. I've driven it a little bit. It had 30 miles on it when I took it off the lot. So
Awesome.
yeah, it's a cool car. I'm excited.
Yeah. The pre-orders for the slates just went out.
I don't know the slate. What's the slate?
The slate is a fully electric truck
Oh, okay.
that costs $25,000.
That is a good price. Yeah.
It is. It's got a 200-mile range, and it is bare bones as fuck on purpose. It's literally blank slate is the reason the company.
Oh yeah, I see what you did.
Yeah. Does not have power windows. Does not have an infotainment system or anything. None of that stuff. It is a bare bones, but it is fully customizable by design.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's pivot points in the back. You can take out the truck bed, move it back, move the stuff back for the end of the cab, put in an extender over the truck bed, and have a 4-door. And you can do anything with it. They're completely customizable. I've seen videos of them taking a car from a truck to a Jeep in 10 minutes.
This sounds like the opposite of the Cybertruck.
Yes, they don't come painted.
Okay.
They're designed for vinyl wrap jobs, and it's crazy. They're super customizable. It's fun. I was planning on
I'm
getting
looking
one.
at this. This is cute. Yeah.
Yeah. I bought in on the list a long time ago.
Okay.
It was just a $50 deposit that's refundable, and I bought in probably 2 years ago. And so I'm early on the delivery list, but I didn't reserve one. I haven't bought one.
Okay.
Because I've had my car since 2020 right now. I just broke 50,000 miles on it.
Yeah, nice.
So I'm only putting, I have an 8-minute commute that I make 3 times a week for work.
Yeah. That's pretty sweet.
It's nice. So I don't, it's, 10,000 miles a year. It's not getting a ton of use. It's in great shape. It's doing fine.
Mm-hmm.
And then Beth got a newer Prius last year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not brand new, but it is doing great. And it's just like,
Yeah.
I can't justify a car right now. There's absolutely no need for one.
Yeah.
And it'd be nice to have a truck to do hauling and moving of things, but like I can't justify purchasing another vehicle right now. So I kept my spot so I can reserve one later, but I did not like buy in on a delivery date and do all that stuff. I could have had one
Yeah.
in early 2027 was my buy-in period.
Yeah.
And maybe in a year or two, maybe in a year, I'll put in for one and get it sometime in 2028. But it's just right now. There's no reason.
Yeah. I mean, that Prius, like, I literally had not a single problem with it in the 14
Yeah.
years I drove it until the day that I was like, oh no, something is horribly wrong.
Mhm.
And I mean, I couldn't have been happier. We took it just for tire rotations, oil changes.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. And we have a hybrid Highlander as well. We've been hybrid for like just hybrid only cars since 2019 when we got the Highlander. So I'm excited to be an electric person now and see how that goes. It's a 280-mile range on the BZs.
That's solid.
Yeah, it's solid. My parents were like, "Oh, well, that's not enough for long trips." And I was like, "How is this going to be my long trips car? I have 2 children that we need the we take the Highlander for long trips."
Yeah.
Cuz it's got the big back. Like
Yeah.
I need it for my commute, and my commute is a little bit longer, but it's not like I'm going to exhaust my 280 miles.
Yeah. Like,
So,
I mean, they've got electric chargers in the garage I park at work.
uh-huh.
So I've thought
OU
about
has
it
them
for
on the
that.
campus. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just like, I thought about it. And then I realized that I've had to fill my gas tank 3 times since the war with Iran started.
Yeah. Like,
I just don't use it. I just don't drive enough.
yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's hanging out. All right.
It does feel a
2001.
little bit. Oh, I've got a segue for you. It
Okay,
does
go
feel
for
a
it.
little bit like a space pod.
Okay,
Ah,
cool. We got
okay,
there.
We're there. We're back in 2001.
We're talking about 2001: A Space Odyssey today. We're talking about this movie because when you became a director for Battlestar Galactica, they sent you 3 movies. This is the 3rd of those movies that we're now watching. We did put this one off a lot.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mountain to climb. So
I'm going to go ahead and call this out right now. Normally, I'm like, oh, this shot was so pretty. This shot when we're talking about TV shows.
it's all pretty. It's all fine.
This whole movie is gorgeous shots. If I
Yeah.
don't, I'm not going to call it a single one because it's every single shot in this movie. I could talk about how pretty it is.
Yeah.
That
It's
is what
all
this
pretty.
movie is. It is a primarily nonverbal experience by design. There's very little
Yeah.
dialogue in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's meant to be more communicative in other ways. It's a very visual movie. We'll talk a lot about that, I'm sure. But yeah, so it's kind of difficult to podcast about, I think.
Sure. Yeah.
Because it is like, yeah, what I'm going to do, describe pictures of scenes to you for hours.
Yeah. That
And
like
it's a 2-hour, 40-minute movie. So it's not, and the plot is heady, and there's some stuff that we'll talk about that's like, I tried to find things that I thought I could bring to the table to talk about this movie with, because there's going to be a billion better podcasts and YouTube documentaries about the meaning and the reasoning and the production of this. That is not what I am here for. And listener, I don't think that's what you're here for. So I tried to find fun facts, spoiler, almost none of them are fun, about people in the crew and production. Just like, I tried to find the most random shit I could about people tangentially related to this movie. And I want to start with the director, Stanley Kubrick.
okay.
Famed misogynist. I'll just get that out of the way.
Yeah.
Did you
Aren't they
know
all?
that Universal Artists got the rights to the cinematic Lord of the Rings in the 60s?
I didn't know that.
And the Beatles had a movie deal with them. The Beatles wanted to make a Lord of the Rings movie, and when they first started talking about it, the first person they talked to direct it was Stanley Kubrick,
Okay.
who outright refused. He's just all like, no, fuck off. I don't want to do a movie off of a famous book. I don't want to do those comparisons. I'm not interested.
That feels very Stanley Kubrick. But
Yeah.
can you imagine a Fellowship of the Ring that is the Beatles?
They cast themselves as part of the pitch.
Okay,
Paul was
who's
Frodo.
who? Okay.
Paul is Frodo. Ringo is Samwise. George Harrison is Gandalf, and John Lennon is Gollum.
Okay, I wanted
They
them
wanted
to
to
be
do
the four
one-
hobbits.
They were going to do one animated movie that did the whole story.
Okay.
And after Kubrick turned them down, they started to like take it a little bit more seriously, and they started to do some production, and they talked to J.R.R. Tolkien.
Uh-huh.
And Tolkien hated pop music, and in particular hated the Beatles.
Oh no.
Famously hated the Beatles. He described them as, quote, indescribable noise made by a young band practicing near his house in Bournemouth. So he had encountered them before they were famous because they were in the same area of England.
Oh.
And held a grudge against them.
Oh no.
And refused to let them make the movie. So they made Yellow Submarine instead.
I mean, I like Yellow Submarine.
But they wanted to do a like psychedelic pop rock version of Lord of the Rings.
Okay, no. I just wanted to see them as the four hobbits.
Yeah.
But definitely none of the pop rocky stuff. Well, maybe some. I don't know. I don't know. Now I'm taking Yellow Submarine in my mind and like putting. But here's the part where I have a quibble. I don't think you can do the whole 3 books in one animated movie.
Well, you
No.
cut out the Fellowship.
Yeah.
There's a reason why it's these 4 characters. Gandalf sets them off on the journey. It's it's Frodo and Sam and Gollum for most of it, with Gandalf intervening when needed. And you do just that bit.
Okay. I guess you could turn that into an animated movie, but it does lose a lot of the charm of the story. So I'm with Tolkien and Kubrick here. Like, nah.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you get like Tom Petty to be Bombadil or something. Like
that could be pretty funny.
Or probably Dylan. You'd probably get Dylan, actually, thinking about it. They were friends with Bob Dylan. You'd probably get Bob Dylan to be Tom Bombadil. I'd watch that movie. I'd watch a movie of Bob Dylan being Tom Bombadil, just apropos nothing else.
Great. So my encounters with 2001, I was coming at this like, okay, what can I bring to the table? And it's all stuff that people know out there, right? But I was going to tell you more about the music stuff.
Oh yeah, I've got some stuff to talk about with the music for sure.
Yeah, and starting with the famous opener of 2001, also Sprach Zarathustra. There's a whole piece that follows that.
Oh yeah.
There's a whole tone poem that nobody knows because they only know this from
40-minute tone poem by Richard Strauss.
Richard Strauss, thank you.
Sorry?
Richard Strauss.
Richard. Oh, that actually makes sense, yeah. Given it's 1800s Germany. Inspired by Nietzsche's classic novel?
Question mark?
The book's themes, and hence the tone poem's themes, are dense as fuck. The main thing to take away is the book is, they talk about the Übermensch, the rise of the eventual successor to man, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the evolutionary moment that will lead to it. And so whenever we hear this song, it's that theme. It's, okay, this is the dawn of man. This is the discovery of tools. This is the evolutionary epoch made into a single moment. And then at the end of the movie, it plays again at the next evolutionary epoch.
Yeah. Yeah. The space baby.
Space baby.
Yeah. And then the other...
What an ugly space baby, by the way.
I was actually very impressed at the effect of it because this is the 1960s.
Yeah.
And I was like, this thing looks pretty good for like 1960s, whatever we had to do. CGI, question mark? I don't know.
Everything in this is... I'll talk a little bit about the filming of the Stargate scene when we get to it, but it's insane.
Yeah. I thought it looked great. I was like, and to me, it even looks like Dave. Like,
it does look, the baby does look like Dave.
We made him look like Dave to me. So
yeah, it's animated, but it's very well done.
The other anecdote I have for this movie,
kind of an ugly baby though. Yeah,
is so famously I've mentioned many times that I could not watch 2001 all the way through until I read the book, right?
Yeah.
I would fall asleep every single time. But I did have an encounter with this movie my freshman year of college in my world geography class.
Huh?
I don't know why, but it was his first day opening. He made everyone watch the beginning, the Dawn of Man part of 2001.
Okay.
And pointed out not even, it was more than just the Dawn of Man. It goes into the space scene just a little bit. And he pointed out every single phallic image in this. And now that I'm looking back on that, when I'm a freshman and I'm like, okay, I guess like this is college now and we're doing the deep thinking and what have you. Now I'm like, that was really weird.
That is really weird.
For a geography class? To just be like, to have your opening salvo.
Look
to
at
a
all
bunch of
these
young freshmen.
penises.
Yeah.
Welcome to college.
It's penises all the way down. I was just like, what?
Am I in the right class?
So now I kind of wonder about that professor and if he should have been teaching.
As you should.
I mean, if it was a film studies class, I feel like that's one thing. But it was just world geography. It was just making the point that, like, history is built by men and their penises, I guess. And I was like, okay. I don't know. That was my first college encounter with this movie, but I did have a better one later. So good thing.
While we're talking about the movie and the book real quick, they were written and produced at the same time. The book actually came out shortly after the movie.
Mm-hmm.
They went on, there was a sequel, 2010, which was based off the second book.
Which Kubrick did not want.
And there's like no more movies after that. But there are like 4 more books.
Correct, yeah.
It keeps going. And I don't know if we just like know the ending now because of those books. Like what is actually going on here. Like it's hard for me to understand how ambiguous the ending of this movie is because I know what everything represents because Arthur C. Clarke told us in the other books.
I feel like I understood it. I've only read the one. I've only read 2001. And I feel like I understood it then after having read that book. So maybe there's more in the other books that you get. I think my dad has them, but I've never tried. I got everything I needed out of the one, just like Stanley Kubrick. I was like, I don't see why we need to do more.
Yeah.
But my dad did tell me, my dad was obsessed with 2001. It came out when he was, a teenager. And he told me a couple of fun facts that it was Kubrick picked this up with Arthur C. Clarke based on a short story that Arthur C. Clarke had published that was The Sentinel was the name.
Okay.
And it was basically, we went to the moon and we found something that an alien race had left there. Because basically they had decided that when we could get to the moon, that's when we were worth talking to. And so they took that story and they just kind of stretched it out and made it more stuff. But that was the basic premise that Kubrick liked and teamed up with him for.
Okay. So we should probably get into the movie itself. I say knowing that I'm going to detour us immediately.
Yeah, the Dawn of Man and all its penises.
The Dawn of Man. We see a bunch of people in ape suits.
Mm-hmm.
They get attacked by a jaguar. They get driven from their watering hole by a rival tribe. This is all choreographed by Daniel Richter, who was a London mime, a part of a mime troupe that performed all of these apes. They went to the London Zoo and watched the apes for forever. I looked into Daniel Richter because when I saw the photo, I thought it was Roy Schneider.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, Roy Schneider was the ape? And then I clicked it and read, and it's like, no. This is Daniel Richter. But in reading about Daniel Richter, I learned that he was actually going back to the Beatles, buddies with John Lennon. He lived with John Lennon and Yoko Ono in the 70s.
Wow.
And was also John Lennon's heroin dealer in the late 60s. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
That's the ape guy. Yep. That's what you came here for, listener.
Yeah.
Shoehorned in Beatles references.
It was really fun when I watched this with my son, my 12-year-old son.
Yeah. How'd he take it?
He was interested. He wanted to watch it. It wasn't just like he happened to be in the room. And he did ask me, "Are those real people? Or is that CGI?" And I was like, "No, it's people in monkey suits."
Yeah.
Like, this movie is very practically done. So
Yes.
he was impressed with that. And a lot of this stuff that is set in this Dawn of Man scene has this music behind it that is spooky dooky. It is from Gheorghe, I hope I said that right, Ligeti. Do you know anything about Gheorghe Ligeti?
No.
Okay. Well, he was a Hungarian-born composer who
Okay.
lived in Hungary, in communist Hungary, until about 1956, I believe.
Okay.
And under the communist regime, you could only make certain types of music. Musicians were very censored.
Mm-hmm.
You had to do things that were full of like Hungarian traditional pride, like folk songs. We loved fucking folk songs in the communist regime, right? So he gets out of that and moves, I think, to West Germany in 1956.
All right.
And he just goes fucking nuts, quite clearly. He didn't like making that stupid, folksy, communist slop. So he does stuff like this. And I think that there's 3 different pieces that we hear pieces of throughout. Atmospheres is the name of one of them. His Requiem is another, and there's a third one that I think is escaping me. But it's all very atonal. He went hard on that 20th century. Like, we're not doing anything like structured, traditional that we did. I don't know how you perform this stuff. Like, I'm sitting there listening to it, and I'm like, I don't know how as a singer I would be able to do that. I don't know if it's just because my mind is very like trained in the Western classical, very structured. Everything is based on major or minor. Like, don't know how they do it, and it's very interesting. Maybe Conductor Kristen in the Discord has some experience with any Ligeti music, but it's spooky-ooky, and it's very good. It's very good for this movie. I think I've talked about it on pod before. I don't know if it's been recent, but
there's 250 hours of us talking on the internet, Laura.
I'm sure it's come up at least once.
It's come up.
But in your little research, did you come across that this music, everything in 2001 was stuff that Kubrick put in to show the composer of the score what I want the music to be like? And then Alex North wrote a score for 2001.
Yeah.
And Kubrick listened and was like, nah, I think I just want to use the things that I did. The things that I put in.
What an ass.
So he did not use Alex North's score, and he did not tell him. So they did compensate him. You know, they paid him for the score that he wrote.
Yeah.
But he goes to the premiere and it's not his music.
Oh my God, I'd be so mad.
He was pretty mad. And I thought that was interesting and fascinating. And one Christmas, I'm looking around on Amazon and I see, oh, hey, there is a CD of the music that Alex North wrote for 2001 that was not used in 2001.
Yeah.
And since my father is obsessed with 2001, I'm like, okay, I'm going to get him this CD and he can hear what the guy actually wrote. And my dad's review was, it was not very good.
Oh.
He was like, it was way better as it is, which, I mean, it is pretty iconic. But in his not telling Alex North that he was going to use the other music, he also did not tell Gheorghe Ligeti. He did not properly license the music from Gheorghe Ligeti, who is a living person.
Yeah.
At this time. And so Ligeti goes to the premiere and is like, hey, what the fuck? So he sues.
Yeah.
And they settle it. And my belief is, from what I read, was that Kubrick actually apologized and made sure that the compensation was good. And then he actually used Ligeti's music in 2 more movies. He used it in The Shining and Eyes Wide Shut. And when Eyes Wide Shut premiered in Germany, Kubrick died, I think.
Yeah,
Was it during or right
there.
after the production?
I think it had to have been right after because he finished that movie. So
Yeah, but he was like on his way out. And
yeah.
Ligeti escorted Kubrick's widow to the premiere in Germany of Eyes Wide
Oh,
Shut. So like they must have
they made amends.
worked it out. So it's nice. You don't often hear that sort of thing happening in Hollywood and then people being like cool and chill together afterwards.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if you admit you fucked up and you made it right, like you can
Yeah.
heal from these things.
So like Kubrick may be famous like curmudgeon and sometimes bad person, but he at least took care of our boy Ligeti.
All right. So the apes have to leave their watering hole. They wander. They find the monolith,
This is where it gets real
elevating their
spooky-dooky.
brains and
Yeah.
giving them the discovery of tools. This evolutionary moment is scored once again by also Sprux Zarathustra. The use of the cudgel spreads quickly. They start killing and eating the herd animals that they had been sharing their lives with before.
Yeah. Famously, we saw them sitting by the watering hole with these pigs that now all of a sudden we can crush their skulls.
The evolutionary moment leads to violence. This will be repeated later in the movie. It's important.
Yeah.
They reclaim their watering hole through violence as well.
War. War never changes.
And then we fast forward a few million years to the bright, optimistic future of 25 years ago.
No, it was like
Fuck.
we cut it to the blue Danube and the future, present, past. I do like this business where we transition.
Yeah, our second Strauss.
Yeah. Johann and Richard were not related. Just want to throw that out there for everybody. Strauss was Johann Strauss was first, and then Richard Strauss was later, but they are not related. But the scene we get, lots of little visual nuggets here of like, we're on Pan Am space liner.
Yeah.
And we've got an IBM computer in the cockpit.
Yeah.
And we've got the Hilton and Howard Johnson's right next to each other in the space station.
Yeah. I'm going to use this AT&T long distance video phone.
Yeah.
This was the whole thing because like this is not like product placement in the traditional sense. And when we see this now, we're like, oh God, like this is garish product placement because marketing has ruined movies. But this was, like many things in this movie, novel at the time. Most of the time, you did not include real companies in your movies on purpose.
Yeah.
Before this, because one, you would have to pay that company to use their stuff. It worked the other way around. And also it would like lock it into a time and like, and that was something that people were worried about.
Yeah. We wanted to feel like it could be now. It could be timeless.
Yeah.
We're not laughing that Pan Am died, over 50 or 60 years ago.
Yeah. So it was a choice to make the movie feel more grounded by using real brands.
So yeah, I think it's an excellent choice. It's fun. It's fun to sit there and spot
it's
those.
fun. Yeah.
Was it that Kubrick had to pay for use of those brand names or?
So he was coming off of Dr. Strangelove.
Yeah.
When he made this. There was a very famous, well-received movie. Kubrick had already earned his reputation as an auteur. He had not to say that his legacy was cemented before this movie. It definitely wasn't, but he had enough of a reputation where I don't think he had to do much work here.
Yeah.
I think it was mostly the lawyers saying it was okay and the company signing off. It's like, oh, sure, you want to throw us in your movie? I guess.
Okay,
yeah,
sure.
go for it. Yeah, that's fine.
But we're not paying for that placement yet. We're not there.
Well, that's not how it was working at this point.
Yeah.
At least to my knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah. Fun little stuff there.
We got Dr. Floyd going up to the space
Yeah.
station and onto the moon.
This is all I want to call it. They're all using centrifugal anti-gravity technology,
Very
which is the
cool.
same as our destroyers in Babylon 5. The Earth Force destroyers all use centrifugal artificial gravity, which is fun. And it also makes sense. Like, it's in The Expanse a bit too, I think.
Okay.
I think
I haven't
use some
actually watched The
centrifugal
Expanse.
there.
I think in the books, yes, they mention some of
I
that.
know a lot of it is when we see some propulsion-based anti-gravity too.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Centrifugal makes more sense for space stations and stuff. But there's lots of cool shots with like the spinning. They take every opportunity to be all like, well, oh my god, she's walking upside down now. Like she just walked in a half circle.
We're rotating the whole room around her is how they get that. Like they rotate the room and the camera.
The camera is attached to a fixed point in the room. And then they rotate the room and the camera at the same time around the actor doing the shot.
Yeah.
Is how they did this.
Pretty
and they,
fucking cool.
I want to say, invented that technique with this movie. That is then used all over the place. I mean, the roots of this are felt past this through like Jamiroquai's Virtual Insanity video and stuff. Like it became a thing for decades. Doing weird shots by moving the room around with the camera attached. Is like a well-established technique now, which is fun. But at the time, there's everything in this movie is a practical effect of some variety or another. Sometimes it's hand-drawn stuff. Sometimes, but most of the time, it's crazy light painting of some variety. Weird stuff with exposure times. We'll talk about that more in the Stargate sequence. Yeah, Dr. Haywood Floyd here. He's passing by. He's going to stop for breakfast. He's got his layover in space before he goes to the moon. He makes a quick Zoom call home. This girl. This is Shirley Kubrick. Shirley Kubrick? Vivian Kubrick. Stanley Kubrick's youngest daughter. This is Vivian Kubrick.
Oh, I think I remember hearing that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like she was a young kid here. You want to know what she's been up to?
Do I?
No, you don't.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
It's okay. It's okay. I think this ends very funny.
Okay.
But she got super alt-right, QAnon,
great.
anti-vaxxer during COVID, the
Cool.
whole deal. So she's in these circles, right? She's in the big conspiracy theory circle. But isn't that kind of funny, given who her dad is? Because what is one of the most famous conspiracy theories? Stanley Kubrick faked the moon landing.
Oh, yeah.
So she has to deal with constantly people telling her that her dad faked the moon landing while making this movie, because all these moon shots, this movie came out within a year of the moon landing, right?
Oh, okay. I hadn't put that together in my head. Okay.
And so, like, he's in Tunisia using colored lighting to make it look like the moon for the monolith scenes out, on the Martian landscape, or on the
moon landscape.
the moon landscape. And he does such a convincing job that when people see the moon landing, they're like, well, this is clearly fakeable because 2001 showed us you could make it look like it's the surface of the moon, right? They look too similar. Now, Kubrick was working with NASA for 4 years before making this movie, learning everything he could about where this technology was going and the aesthetics and the science behind stuff. He would sit in mission control during missions. He had like literally secret level access to NASA's projects at certain points because he was so curious about how things were working and progressing and going, all to make this movie more convincing and realistic. And so Vivian has to go, no, that's the conspiracy theory. That's not real. No, the moon landing was real. My dad didn't fake it, guys, but also vaccines cause autism. That is her life. And I think that is fucking hilarious.
It's got a poetry
A+
in
level
it.
irony to it.
It's got a poetry. I still hate it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, man. Wow.
Yeah, you can find her Twitter and see her occasionally having to debuff someone who's claiming the moon landing was faked by her dad.
Wait, okay, so she really does that on Twitter? Because I was afraid it could get, like, ugly, and she'll be like, yeah, I don't know where dad was all the time, blah, blah, blah.
No, this is a thing. Okay. This is documented.
Okay.
Hilarious.
Well, we talk a bit about my feels.
Also, how
about
bad
this.
is this acting job from this child?
I don't know. I was like, this is kind of how little kids are. Yeah. If you want more about how I feel about conspiracy theories right now, Cool Girls is going to be back, and our first episode is going to hit that pretty hard. So
I
just
heard you
like
guys recording it in the other room.
plugging the eventual return of Cool Girls Don't Look at Explosions.
Yeah.
But
Recording
yeah.
has resumed. Can confirm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I thought this is how little kids are. That was all fine. I did have a good laugh when he like hangs up the phone and it says it was $1.70 to call from space.
Yeah.
I was like, huh. For a second there, at the end, she's like, she tells her daddy she wants a Bush baby for her birthday. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And am I going to be really horrified when I look this up?
Did you look it up?
I did. It's just like a little rodent thing. So thank God.
Oh, okay.
I was a little worried it was going to be something weird.
I heard it and I'm all like, that sounds like a racist doll, and just moved on
It
with my
does,
life.
doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad I'm not the only one who had that thought, but no, it's just like a little rodenty thing with like big old eyes. And it's pretty cute.
Big old
Got some
eyes.
ears. Yeah.
Oh, like a little sugar glider or something.
Yeah, kind of like that. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So, whew, everyone, there wasn't like a secret racism we glossed over. No, it's an actual rodent.
Dr. Floyd makes his way down to Clavius, which is the moon base.
Oh, do you want to talk about his Russian friends we talked to first?
Oh, yeah, he hangs out with some Russians. That's fun.
Uh-huh.
They're such good
novel
friends.
At this time, right?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very novel.
They're all very cordial. They go to each other's houses and swim in each other's pools and stuff.
Yeah.
But the Russians want to know like why Clavius is shut down.
Yeah. Like,
They wouldn't let us on Clavius, and we had an emergency, and they said there was an epidemic, and they don't take calls. What's the fuck up with that, Dr. Floyd?
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
You want to explain that a little bit? And he's all like,
No, I do not.
I'd really rather not, actually. Thank you.
Yeah, but he's going to tell the people of Clavius why they're having an epidemic.
Yeah, he arrives. He congratulates them on their massive scientific discovery, the cover story of the pandemic on the base being awkward but needed, and then they travel to the discovery, noting that it was deliberately buried.
Yeah.
They have evidence it was this monolith was deliberately buried on the moon.
Did they say 4 million years ago too? I wrote that down, but I don't know why.
They do say 4 million years ago a handful of times in reference to that monolith. Yeah. The implication being that it is the same monolith that the man apes encountered in the opening segment.
So like the dawn of man apes like all touchy the monolith and get some stuff out of it, and then it just chills up on the moon for 4 million years.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you'll get up here eventually.
Yeah. So very interesting. And then we get more Ligeti music here at the moon site where we go. I love that we're like, we're just walking around the monolith, showing Dr. Haywood Floyd this cool thing we found, and we're about to take our group photo in front of the monolith.
And then my tinnitus got really bad, and I missed what happened in the movie.
Me too. It's weird, and I don't usually have that problem. I do.
I did
worry. I was like, because the movie doesn't tell us if Dr. Floyd and his team are okay. Are they okay?
Yeah. It's ambiguous.
Yeah, I can't remember from the book if they were okay or if it told me.
They're okay.
Cool.
Dr. Floyd is the main character of 2010.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Where he is, in fact, played by, I said his name already, Roy Schneider.
Oh, okay.
Which is why I was how like, Roy Schneider is in the first one? I thought Roy Schneider was in the sequel. Is the reason for like the impetus for me digging in. It's all like, that can't be right.
But this sound that comes out of this monolith is so bad. It's bad sound. Bad sound.
I legit have tinnitus.
Is this the bad sound you hear in your head?
This 100%. Oh. Yeah. It's louder than normal, but this is the sound. This is like, I can't watch medical dramas.
Okay.
because all of the beeping
Mm.
in like the background of the ER scenes sets off my tinnitus. I have problems with lots of procedural dramas where there's like lots of sirens
Sure.
and stuff for the same
Uh-huh.
reason. Yeah,
Yeah. Does the bad sound set off your tinnitus?
it did. I had to legitimately pause and like do an inner ear reset.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
It is what it is.
But it is such a like upsetting sound that you could believe that everyone like died because of it.
100%. I had the advantage of watching the first half of this on my desktop instead of a TV. So I had these headphones, the same headphones I've got on right now on. So when the bad sound started, I was just like, oh, okay. Can't hear shit now. This is fine. Let me do my inner ear reset and come back.
Yeah. So we cut straight from bad sound to just like, oh, hey, now there's some people on a ship to Jupiter. I think it's 18 months later, they say.
18 months. We see Dr. Frank Poole running laps around the cryopods. This is Gary Lockwood, who should look familiar, Star Trek fans, because it's Gary Mitchell from the original series.
Yeah.
Second episode.
You want to know something fun?
Before
we go too far?
Oh, I have something fun too. Go ahead.
Oh, well, maybe we have the same
I wonder if we have the same fun. That'd be
Well,
funny.
my dad was telling me last night when he was doing his info dump about 2001 that originally this was supposed to be on their way to Saturn. It was supposed to be one of Saturn's moons that the monolith is hanging out at.
Why'd they change to the Jovian moons?
Because specifically they wanted this moon of Saturn that something interesting happens, and I can't describe it as well as he did, but something interesting happens with like the day-night. I can't describe, but there was some lighting thing that was going to be really cool. But ultimately, they could not pull it off. They could not do the cool moon thing for the Saturn moon. And because that wouldn't be like scientifically accurate if they sent it there, but they weren't doing the cool thing, they decided to use a Jupiter moon instead. But the special effects team kept trying, and they were like, we cannot make Saturn or this moon look as cool as it's supposed to. And I believe when I read the book that it was Jupiter that was mentioned. So Arthur C. Clarke, I think, because the book was happening in tandem with the movie, I think he did wind up rewriting it that they went to Jupiter instead of Saturn. I'm not 100% sure. I read that book 20 years ago, but all I remember in my head is Jupiter, not Saturn. But there was some cool effect they wanted to do with one of Saturn's moons that they just couldn't do it. So they just rewrote their shit and they're going to Jupiter.
Huh.
Yeah. What's your fun fact? It clearly wasn't that since you didn't know it.
Well, we talked about Vivian Kubrick, who's a Nepo baby. Not the only Nepo baby in this movie.
Is one of the bodies a Nepo baby?
Well, Gary Lockwood has a very famous uncle.
Oh, I didn't know this. Okay.
You would never know his name, but he's credited with baby cut carrots.
What?
Yeah, Gary Lockwood's uncle, creator of baby cut carrots. So that makes Gary Lockwood a Nepo baby carrot.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Aren't baby carrots also like famously wasteful when they make baby carrots?
Yeah, they're just carrots that they cut.
They just trim them
away
down.
A bunch of the carrot
yeah,
for. Yeah.
Yeah. I try not, once I found that out that A, it's kind of a wasteful process, and B, baby carrots are not good for roasting because they're too moist. I only buy carrots now.
I usually prefer to cook with carrots. We'll have a bag of baby carrots in the fridge for snacking.
Yeah, they're pretty good for snacking. Hard to beat for snacking.
Yeah.
They're just so dippable.
100%.
Thanks, Gary Lockwood's uncle.
The crew watches a interview on BBC 12 with Kenneth Kendall, who was a BBC News guy at the time and game show host.
Okay.
That's fun. Yeah. I read a bit about him, but I mean, he is noteworthy for being on the BBC for forever.
Okay. Yeah.
He was in the closet for most of his life, but towards the end of it started living openly as a gay man. And then when gay marriage was legalized it was the civil unions were legalized, not gay marriage in the UK. He was one of the first to receive one.
Blazing a trail.
And they lived the rest of their lives together.
Yeah, but one of the things he's got to do on this interview is he really wants to talk to Hal. Hal
Yes.
9000.
Yeah. This AI is real fucking sure of itself. It is incapable of error. And man, I have not watched this movie since pre Chat
Yeah,
GPT.
same.
And fucking yikes.
Yeah, or you're just sitting there going, oh my God, I've heard this before. Recently, from my computer.
Yeah, from my computer. Yeah, it's just like it's so sure of itself, and then it's wrong, and it's all like, "Oh, you're right, Dave."
Do you
I'm
do
sorry.
you remember an era like in early Windows times? Like we're talking Windows like pre
Are
95.
we about to talk about Clippy?
No, I'm not talking about Clippy, but
Okay.
like pre Windows 95, even maybe some Windows 95, where and I guess you can probably still customize your error sounds today, like what a Microsoft
Mhm.
error sounds like. But one of the limited choices you had in the early Windows was some things that Hal said. So, like,
Yeah.
whenever there was an error on my dad's computer, it would say, "I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that." And what's the other one that my dad's computer would say sometimes? Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
Yeah.
That's not a Hal, but that's a Dave. Yeah,
Yeah.
he had a lot of 2001 sounds because I think they were just built into Windows that was some of your options.
I don't know that they were.
Oh, did my dad
There
just
might have
do
been
that?
I think your dad just did that. Listener, if you I don't remember those things. It doesn't mean that they
I'd
weren't
love to hear
there.
it if you heard
Listener,
it in the
yeah,
Discord.
if you know, tell us in the Discord,
Did your
please.
Windows computer also tell you that it couldn't do that, Dave? But the HAL 9000 really sure of itself. I think we mentioned in this interview that there's a twin HAL 9000 on
Yes.
Earth that is like maybe also doing mission stuff at the same time.
I think they're running it in parallel. Yeah. Frank gets a video message from his parents wishing him a happy birthday.
I wonder if they had to pay for the song. Remember the days when you couldn't sing happy birthday on a movie or TV show because of the copyright? But they sing happy birthday. Like it's not a fake.
I mean, they're famously litigious.
Mm.
So I would assume they either paid or paid.
Yeah. Yeah.
They either paid up front or after. But...
yeah, I was like,
and I'm going to guess if Kubrick is not going to credit Ligeti that he really didn't think about happy birthday.
He might not have. Yeah, they just want to wish him, and it's Frank's parents, right? So they're wishing him and Dave all the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Hal wants to ask Dave a personal question. Are you?
Yeah, he's got.
Are you worried about this, Dave?
Yeah.
This mission?
You worried about the mission?
It seems a little weird, right, Dave?
Doing the psych eval right now, and just wanted to check in, see how you're doing. Yeah. He's like, the circumstances don't seem weird to you, Dave, because they seem weird to me. And Dave's all like, no, this is a normal mission. And then Hal's like, oh, I'm sorry, you're right, Dave. This is a normal mission. By the way, the antenna's broke.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna fail within 72 hours. I'm pretty sure about this.
So they're like, okay. So they go and they get it, and they don't find anything wrong. And Hal's all like, okay, well, maybe we just put it back and let it break, because I am so certain that it's going to break that you not finding it is human error.
Yeah.
What a fuck. I've worked with people like Hal. No thanks.
But Hal's twin says the unit is fine. That is mentioned. That
Yes.
Hal's twin on Earth is like, I don't know what he's smoking, but I think it's fine. So at this point, I did have to cop out of this movie and go to bed. Because I was watching it late at night. And this EVA, where we get a lot of white noise and somebody breathing slowly. Yeah. And that is the audio for like 20 solid minutes, or maybe it's not 20, but
No, there's lots of like 20-minute segments of this
Right,
movie.
right. And it's just white noise and breathing. And that is how I go to sleep at night now next to someone with a CPAP is we have the white noise machine on and he breathes. and it's actually
Not your
quite
fault.
relaxing for me. So a subliminal message was being received through this part of the movie. And I was like, I'm fucking tired. I'm going to bed.
Bedtime.
I did
No.
watch through
It's
Frank and Dave
bedtime.
go into the pod to have their private discussion that something's wrong with the Hal. Like
Yeah, Hal's busted,
his
y'all.
twin is sure this is fine, and we're sure this is fine. So I don't think we should plan on him making it to Jupiter, and we might have to take him offline. And I'm sitting here watching the scene now because having seen this movie, having read the book, like I already know the big twist that Hal can read their lips. But I'm like, when they got in the pod, they like turned it around to face Hal. Like,
well, and they even show like Hal's eye watching, and then they cut to just like a shot of all the lips moving, like with silence.
I'm like,
and it's just like, oh, Hal's reading the lips.
If you just didn't turn the pod around, from all I can tell, Hal would have not been able to do that.
They just gotta like do one of these, just like, hey, I think Hal's fucking busted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at this thing down here while I cover my mouth and talk to you.
Yeah. Exactly.
Frank and Dave, I'm so sorry. That was terrible. I love that this movie had an intermission. I wish more movies these days had intermissions because I would like to get up to go pee after drinking my giant soda without having
that giant soda's gone in 30 minutes and then you got to sit for another 2 hours.
Yeah, like fuck. More movies should have this where Laura can go and get up and go to the bathroom and not miss anything. That would be great. Okay, thanks. It's one of the big reasons I never actually saw Oppenheimer when it came out because I had just had Evelyn, and famously, bladder is not the same after you have had a baby. And I was like, I can't sit for 3 hours in a fucking movie. What are you talking about?
Beth and I saw Oppenheimer in Vegas the day before STLV started.
Oh, wow.
And so we were just dehydrated because it was 102 out.
Yeah.
And we were walking most places.
Yeah, I'm very curious.
Yeah.
Speaking of Vegas, and we're doing it again this year, folks.
It's a month away, just about a month and a week. I'm so excited.
If you're coming, hey, if you're not in the Discord, why not? And let us know.
Get in the Discord. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how we got there, but we're back from intermission and there's more white noise and breathing.
Yeah. Oh boy. Lots of white noise.
Because Frank's going out and he's going to replace the bad part.
They're going to put they've replaced the bad part. They're going to put the bad part back again to let it fail. Oh,
yeah, that's what I mean. Okay.
So they can replace it a third time.
Right.
But Frank gets out there. While he's out there, we see Hal take control of the pod for a minute, and then all of a sudden Frank is drifting in space.
He's like tumbling. He's like
Yeah.
Out there, and the pod is going away, and we see that Frank is like scrabbling with his air tube. Like,
yeah,
Hal did this in such a way to disconnect Frank's air, not just knock him away. So it's all very creepy because it's very silent. All these bad things happening.
Dave jumps in a pod to go rescue Frank. While Dave's doing that, all of the cryopods malfunction, killing all of the crew in stasis.
Yeah. And Dave is he's very calm throughout this. Like, Dave is not freaking out. But he is, like, we do see that he's clearly freaked out or distressed enough that he forgets his helmet. He does not take his helmet with him.
Fumbles. When Dave returns, Hal refuses to open the pod bay doors. Hal says that allowing him to return is going to jeopardize their mission, which is too important. All the humans have to die so that the mission can succeed.
Yeah.
And Dave is like, fuck it, I'm going in through the airlock. And this is when Hal's all like, but you forgot your helmet, bro. That's going to be tough. And it is. But Dave gets in, survives, works his way through. And at this point, I'm like, we just saw Hal control the pods. Why doesn't Hal control this pod away and just drift him off in space or something?
Oh, yeah. Maybe there's some sort of override that Dave has because he's in the pod. Like maybe when you're not in the
Yeah.
pod,
Maybe.
it's controlled by Hal. I don't know. I had a good laugh when we dock this pod against the emergency door, and there had definitely been a moment when the pod was turning around, several moments when we were doing pod stuff and it turns around and we see caution, explosive bolts. Several times I was like, these are Chekhov's explosive bolts.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Just what do you think you're doing, Dave?
Dave gets on board. He puts a helmet on so Hal can't just vent the oxygen. Good
Smart.
play.
Mm-hmm. I like that we have a helmet in the airlock. Like, it seems like he's leaving the airlock.
Yeah, you'll notice it's a different color.
It is. It's like green and his suit's red or something. But having an emergency spacesuit in the airlock, smart.
Yeah, if there's a place you're going to need an emergency spacesuit, it's probably the airlock.
We should do that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good call. Dave beelines for Hal's onboard data center as Hal begs for his life.
Yeah.
Just outright.
And it's just Hal.
It's like, I'll be good, I promise. Sorry, I didn't mean to kill you all. Don't hurt me, please.
Yeah. It's just Hal talking. As you said, this is not a like dialogue driven movie. We're not having a conversation about this. Dave is unplugging him and he's not going to talk about it. And so we just hear the computer. When his memory goes, that's when he starts, because they do show that there's like, I don't know, there's all these little cartridges or what have you.
Yeah, it's all the RAM. It's the memory.
Yeah, he's got the memory
section,
just
pulling out all
the
RAM.
Logic section. There's something else. But when the memory goes, that's when he starts like repeating the things he said when he was turned on, I think, or when he was doing an early interview. I thought that was a nice touch.
Yeah. Dave takes all this RAM out and sells it for like $10,000 on the black market. Good for him. The voice slowly descends as it like lags and runs slow. Just like, if you run a record slow, it's the pitch changes lower and lower and lower. That's what's happening with Hal's voice as the memory gets removed, as his processing power is reduced.
Yeah.
Well, not his processing power, but the memory buffer, which feeds the processor. So it's just like running slower and slower and slower until he reverts, until he's gone. And then when the computer is finally off, the emergency message plays.
Yeah.
And it's Dr. Haywood, who's all like, hey, so now that you're at Jupiter and the crew's all unfrozen, let me tell you what the fuck is actually going on.
And we find out that Hal did know all along. He says, you guys were kept in the dark.
Yeah.
But Hal has had this information. And that's why he's gone bad, is my understanding.
Do you think that's why he's gone bad?
I'm pretty sure it says it explicitly in the book, is that the message had hit him.
So my interpretation of it has always been it was not the knowledge of the mission that made Hal sentient. It was the signal that the monolith on the moon was sending to Jupiter because they're following that same path to get to Jupiter coming from Earth, that the intercepting that signal is what granted Hal sentience. Because it's a thing that also elevates man twice in this movie.
I had it in my head from the book, and I could be wrong because it's 20 years ago and I read it in college. And you know how smart we are when we're undergrads.
But
I thought that there was a conflict in Hal's programming. It was sort of a classic like Asimov problem of like, I'm supposed to keep these humans safe. I'm programmed for that. But going to do this thing on Jupiter jeopardizes their safety. And so he winds up killing them all because he's trying to reconcile these two conflicting pieces of programming. That was my takeaway from it. But I've been wrong before. It's happened.
I mean, it could be interpreted
the
either
movie
way.
Definitely
and
doesn't
if the
tell
book
us.
if the book is more concrete, I would default to the book. I trust Arthur C. Clarke with a plot a lot more than I trust Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a controversial statement.
And I think Kubrick is specifically leaving it very vague, so you can kind of have your own ideas about it. And do the
Yeah, he wants you to
have
think.
this moment. Yeah. But I could have sworn what I got out of it was that Hal had a programming problem. So we don't know really what's up with Dave, except that he has to just continue on to Jupiter because, like, he doesn't have a computer anymore to help him scrub the mission. Does he even have communications anymore? Because part of this was that they were going to be out of communication while the part was being replaced.
Yeah, they might not.
So I don't know that Dave
Well,
could
the
even
part was
talk
good,
to
though.
anybody. But
Dave
Frank
might
might
have been able to
taken
get
it
out there and
though,
fix it.
you know, and then got hit by the
Yeah.
pod.
Yeah, we don't know the state of it. It doesn't really matter. Dave gets out there. If it's broken before he shuts down Hal, he probably fixes it after.
Yeah.
He's got time.
I don't know. But we're at Jupiter now, finally.
Yep, we get to Jupiter. We see the monolith in Jupiter's orbit there too. There's a big monolith hanging out. And this is where we get the world famous Winamp visualization scene.
Is this 20 minutes?
This is the Stargate scene. This is about 20 minutes.
Okay,
yeah.
because I've always had in my head that this is 20 minutes.
It's 20 minutes of space porn. It invents the genre.
Mm-hmm.
So all of the stuff with like the sliding colors, do you know how this was
No idea.
done? Okay. So they had a giant light up wall,
Okay.
and then they had the entire motion of it like in colored, like a see-through black and colored film over this wall on rollers so that it could move. And then they had to shoot it scene by scene with frame by frame with 5-minute exposure times. This scene took literal months to film.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Because it's literally just like 5 minutes, move it a centimeter or whatever,
Wow.
a millimeter, 5 minutes, move it a centimeter. And if you're shooting, like 48, I think would have been the standard frames a second for film at this time. Every second
is one of those 5 minutes.
Is what? No, every second is 48 of those 5 minutes.
Oh, fuck. Whew. That's tedious.
Yeah.
God bless those people who did that.
80 hours of actual filming time, not counting moving it, adjusting it, doing the thing. And that's continuous 80 hours, not like 80 hours broken up over days.
Yeah.
It took a long time to get this thing
That's
perfect.
tedious as fuck. Wow.
It is the most tedious. The guy who did this, still with us. This was like one of his first or second gigs, and he would go on to do all kinds of really cool special effects. God, I should have written this down. Douglas Trumbull is the guy who did this. He would go on to do movies like the visual effects for Star Trek: The Motion Picture, of course.
Yeah, that's the next one that I'm
which
like,
is,
yes. I also
Yeah.
fall asleep in that movie.
Let's see. The Man Who Killed Hitler and Then Bigfoot is a movie he was involved in. But he did Blade Runner, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Andromeda Strain. Yeah, this is a good movie. Beth gives a thumbs up to The Man Who Killed Hitler and Then Bigfoot. This is a 2018 movie starring Sam Elliott.
Yeah, that feels good. I like that.
I am gonna watch this in the next 48 hours. Anyways, yeah. So Douglas Trumbull did all kinds of cool stuff after.
Yeah, good for him. The music to the whole lights and stuff's acid trip is the Georgi Ligeti's Atmospheres. So a lot of the stuff with the monolith has been the Lux Eterna, I think, from the Requiem. And then this is the Atmospheres. So to get all the lights, we get some like smooshy looking stuff. I felt like there was a scene hinting at the space baby because there's a moment where it looks like the pod is coming through, but the pod kind of looks like a little spermy thing. And, and then there's definitely like sort of that fetal sac sort of being gestured at in the motions before we get to like the landscapes. And the whole time we're doing lights, we're doing smooshy things, we're doing landscapes. We're going to like cut to Dave's horrified face. He's got like this mask of abject horror, or his eyeballs, his little eyeballs. And we're going to like,
well, that's with his eyeballs.
Color stuff to his eyeballs.
Lots of color stuff, lots of like inverted frames and stuff, negative space frames.
Yeah.
But Dave eventually finds himself in a all-white Victorian bedroom with the floors from the Billie Jean video. He sees himself as an old man staring back at himself, and then he kind of like transfers to the old man. This is old man Dave. We've got a few variations on this theme. I do have a note here that I correct myself. This isn't the Billie Jean video. It's the upside down Christian Bale Batcave.
Yeah. Somehow we've taken the horror that is fluorescent lighting and we've put it into the floor. So
yeah,
fluorescent floor.
Everyone loves a downlighting. Dave finds a mirror, but knows Sarah V in that bathroom, which is a shame because his skin looks like untanned elderly Hulk Hogan without any baby oil.
Skin looks bad. Yeah.
It's bad.
So I was like,
it's bad.
I don't know if going through the light tunnel aged him or it's just like really bad for the skin.
Lots of exposures.
Yeah.
Old man Dave realizes he's not alone when he hears someone in the other room eating, and it's even older Dave. And once again, they make eye contact and his consciousness transfers. Even older Dave breaks his glass at dinner, which is a shame because he's clearly dehydrated.
Yeah.
He looks up and sees, goddamn, you're old Dave in bed. Transfers. And then goddamn old Dave sees the monolith in the bedroom. And then he's a baby.
I would like to see the baby.
He is Space Baby.
Space Baby. And this is where we get the Sproke Zarathustra again. The next stage of evolution as the Star Child looks down on Earth.
Yeah.
My notes, what a fucking ugly baby. Did you not have the budget for a real baby? I do agree. I think it's supposed to look a little alien and also a little bit like Dave.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a little unnatural.
Yeah. I thought for an effect, it was a very pretty effect, but I guess maybe it is also an ugly baby. It can be two things.
Yeah. And then the credits hit.
So what do you think about the scale of this baby? I mean, I guess maybe you've read 2010 or read enough about the other ones, because I was like, how big is this Space Baby? Because it's presented to me that it's like the size of Earth.
It looks at it depends on like perspective and stuff. It could be the size of the moon.
Okay. Or it's like,
is a big baby.
Is it supposed to be like an actual human baby? Because you've presented it to me like it is gigantic.
If it is a baby the size of the Earth right next to the Earth and we don't get shots of people on Earth
freaking
looking up horrified at Space Baby.
That's just not fair. Yeah.
Yeah, right. I want that shot. I want the Godzilla terrified everyone screaming and running of Space Baby. Where's that fucking shot?
Kubrick's a coward. Yeah.
I know writers who use subtext and they're all cowards.
Kubrick's a coward, but Kubrick also fucking, I don't know that I've seen another movie with this film was directed and produced by. Specifically this film was. Like, we know what you're saying when you say directed and produced by in the fucking credits. You don't need this film was.
Yeah.
Pretentious fuck.
This film's dictator was. Yeah.
God. It's extra hilarious for me because we're doing Last Time On right now. We're doing Attack on Titan,
but I kind of
which has 18.
I'm just gonna say,
yeah,
I want...
it has 18-minute episodes.
Oh wow!
You could have watched 8 over the course of this movie.
Wow, I could have.
Yeah, wow. I mean that's skipping the themes and stuff, but yeah, for sure.
18 minutes of plot proper. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not a ton of plot in this movie, but it is a good movie, and I see why it's iconic. And we were talking about it last night, Aaron and I, and I'm pretty sure that this movie is there not so much for like the artificial intelligence stuff, as like visual and like
It's a
how
very,
does
yeah, I
fucking
mean, it's a very
space
visual
work?
movie.
Yeah, yeah,
It's very grounded in how space actually works,
for sure.
which is important to the Battlestar Galactica's and its grittiness.
Yeah, and
Also, like, the evolution begets violence. This computer's first act is killing people. Its first act of sentience,
Oh.
really.
see, I never really took it as like sentient. I don't know. Huh.
It's like, I don't know, it's before ChatGPT and before I understood neural networks and stuff, I would have been like, of course Hal's sentient.
Uh-huh.
That's the point of the movie. But now, having one, understanding how the technology works truly, two, having experience with it, and three, the lack of thus spoke Zarathustra at any point while Hal is
Oh yeah, we
present
don't hear the evolution music with Hal.
makes me really question it
Yeah.
a lot more than I did the last time I watched this movie.
Yeah. Well, and that's another thing. Like, I'm saying, I think I remember from the book this, but I'm like, am I remembering that from the book that it was a programming thing? Or am I putting my knowledge of neural networks and LLMs and stuff? Am I
Yeah.
going back and confabulating that and saying, oh yeah, of course it's a programming problem because that's how these things work,
Yeah. But yeah, that's the movie. We don't normally rate movies, do
I
we? I
don't
don't
think we
remember.
usually rate movies, but I'll give
Okay.
it like, I don't know, one seminal science fiction classic out of 10.
I'll give it one Halai out of 1. Or
I guess the red artificial intelligence eye is definitely a theme that's picked up in Galactica, huh?
yeah. Well, with that, we should probably talk about the next thing we're doing, which is Battlestar Galactica Season 4, Episode 11, Sometimes a Great Nation.
Oh, sometimes.
Sometimes.
That feels right. That feels right.
Yeah. Kara struggles with the foreboding prediction of the Cylon hybrid, while Adama and the fleet face despair over their shocking discovery.
I'm assuming that's the shocking
then-
discovery of the last episode, I hope. But okay.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, probably.
Yeah, we've all sort of ignored the last half or the last bit of the hybrid's prophecy, which was that Kara Thrace was going to kill them all.
The harbinger of death.
Oh, yeah. I suppose that's not the same thing as killing them all.
Yeah.
Mm.
Anyways, so we'll be back next week with that. And then even though they aired before that, they were filmed after that. So we're going to watch the Face of the Enemy webisodes after that episode. Technically out of order, I guess,
Who cares?
but whatever. Fuck it. It's our podcast. We do what we want.
That's right.
And then we'll be back with more of season 4 after that.
Okay.
But until then, we should probably thank Jeremy Siegel
Probably.
for, I mean, if we don't thank Jeremy Siegel and then we apologize profusely
Yeah.
and then we escort Angie to the last premiere or something, I don't know.
I see what you did.
Struggling is what I'm doing. No, Jeremy, thanks so much for our theme music. We appreciate the hell out of it, and we appreciate the hell out of you. Thank you so much for our theme
Always.
music. Find more of Jeremy's work at jeremysiegel42.bandcamp.com.
Yes. And you can find more of Angry Duck Time Machine on Instagram if you want to see some more little artwork like our podcast artwork.
Aaron, we gave you like 3 days to edit this shit. I tried to keep the drops to a minimum.
So sorry.
Appreciate you.
Love you. Bye. And listener, hey, if you really enjoyed 2001 and you're not in the Discord yet, and you have something to say about 2001 that we didn't say,
Discord?
get in the Discord, please,
Yeah.
because I do like 2001
Yeah.
facts. I like to share
Yeah.
something with my father that maybe he didn't know, but he probably already knows it.
Is this movie unwatchable by modern standards? Is it going to be relegated to a relic of the past in the next 15 years, like some of its previous forebears in cinema technology?
Mm-mm.
Did we not at all talk about your favorite thing about this movie? Get in the Discord.
Share it there.
We'll listen.
We'll listen. Yeah. And others might even talk about it with you. I don't know if I can. If you tell me I was super wrong, I might just be quiet. But I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
We'll see you
Okay,
next week, Internet.
bye.